A prison officer walks past a newsstand in Harare, Zimbabwe Monday, November 20, 2017. Longtime President Robert Mugabe ignored a midday deadline set by the ruling party to step down or face impeachment proceedings, while Zimbabweans, stunned by his lack of resignation during a national address, vowed more protests to make him leave. Ben Curtis/Associated Press, Harare, Zimbabwe. The latest on Zimbabwe's political turmoil. All Times Local 250p.m. British Prime Minister Theresa May's spokesman says Robert Mugabe has lost the support of Zimbabwe's people. James Slack says that we don't yet know how developments in Zimbabwe are going to play out. What does appear clear is that Mugabe has lost the support of the people and of his party. Slack told reporters that Britain would appeal for everyone to refrain from violence and hope to see a peaceful and swift resolution to the situation. Mugabe ignored a midday deadline by the ruling party to resign and now faces impeachment. Jill Lawless in London. 130p.m. Zimbabwe's state-run broadcaster says ruling party members are summoned to a meeting Monday afternoon as talk of impeaching longtime President Robert Mugabe continues. Mugabe ignored a midday deadline by the party's Central Committee to resign. He now faces impeachment when Parliament resumes Tuesday. Meanwhile, government ministers are being urged to go about their work as usual as the political confusion continues. 1210p.m. The deadline set by Zimbabwe's ruling party for longtime President Robert Mugabe to resign or face impeachment has passed. The 93-year-old Mugabe remained defiant in a national address Sunday night. He has been fired as ruling party leader but says he will preside at a party congress next month. Activists and the influential War Veterans Association are vowing more protests to pressure the world's oldest head of state, who is under military house arrest, to resign. 1030a.m. Zimbabwe's influential War Veterans Association says the military should step back and let the people, and politics, remove longtime President Robert Mugabe from power. Chris Mutsvangwa says more protests are planned as Mugabe faces a midday deadline set by the ruling party to resign or face impeachment proceedings. Zimbabweans were astonished that Mugabe, flanked by the military, in a national address Sunday night did not announce his resignation. Your time is up, Mutsvangwa says, and he suggests that the military, even though it put Mugabe under house arrest days ago, is still beholden to him and compelled to protect him because he is officially their commander-in-chief. He also says the War Veterans Association is going to court to argue that Mugabe is derelict of his executive duty. 845a.m. Zimbabweans are worried about their country's fate after the increasingly isolated President Robert Mugabe did not resign in a televised speech as many had expected. Arrogant Mugabe disregards ZANU-PF, a newspaper headline says, a reference to the ruling party that has demanded he resign by noon Monday or face impeachment. Opposition activists plan more protests to pressure Mugabe. Some ruling party members say an impeachment process likely wouldn't lead to Mugabe's immediate resignation and could take days to complete. Mugabe has been stripped of his party leadership but said in Sunday night's speech he would preside over a party congress next month. Some people in the capital, Harare, are now more cautious about talking to reporters. That contrasts with the jubilation and open condemnation of Mugabe over the weekend. Copyright 2017 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten or redistributed,